we're gonna have to evacuate. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's been a while since I've like recorded a it's been a while since I've recorded a video, so it's a little weird trying to get back into the hang of it. There's a lot of videos that I've been wanting to do, but I've had the time to do them, I just haven't done them yet. So I'm gonna get into those. One of those being a couple months ago I did, it was like in January I think, I did what it was like working at Be Our Guest. And since I transferred roles, I went from quick service to attractions, and I got like a new location. I worked at Journey into Imagination, or what most people know it as Figment. It was one of those that I didn't want, but like have worked there, I literally met some of my best friends. Like I met my friend Maddie there, I met my friend Conway there. I'm missing people, but you know who you are, and I love you, and I love my trainer, Bob. Oh my goodness. Y'all, I miss you so much. If I could have extended, I totally would have, you know, but I have one more year of school and then I'll be done. Yay. So let's get into how it was working at Figment. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. The number one thing that I loved was I got to work Illuminations, and if you know me, Illuminations is, I love Hia, but Illuminations is my favorite nighttime spectacular, and I'm so sad that it's leaving in August? No, September. September, I think 30th is the last day, and then on October 1st they're going to premiere their new, I think, Epcot Forever fireworks, and I'm a little upset, but I'm going to see Illuminations one more time in July when I go down there, and I'll be vlogging that. I'm so excited. I really miss my home. But back to working at Figment. So yeah, I got to work at Illuminations. Like we had different positions there where you like scan people in with their fast passes, you know, block a certain area that they don't want in, like, you know, the wheelchair area, safety positions, just make sure people aren't, you know, if some fire debris falls, make sure no one touches it, because people aren't smart and they'll just, you know, ooh, fire. And yeah, so that was one of my favorite things. Like the work may have been hard sometimes, but that, like, whenever I could work Illuminations, I was so freaking excited. So going into training, I had the best trainer, Bob and Patty. They are married, literally the cutest couple ever. I miss them so much. They're so cute, and like goals, like I want to be married to my husband and us both work at Disney, like yes. So started training, you know, learned all the rides, and you know, took the test and all that. Like it was hard to like learn, like you had to like learn everything, like front and back of that attraction that you were working at, because if it went down, like the guests are gonna look to you. And so I mean, it was a lot, but it was so cool. Like attractions was my top role going into my DCP. I got quick service, which I was just happy to get a job at, you know, for the DCP. I was totally fine. Like I didn't care, and I got a really good role and location, Be Our Guest, so I wouldn't change anything. But then I transferred, well, extended into the summer, and I got attractions. And so let's just, you know, training wasn't that bad. Like, you know, I made it through. But let's talk about the different positions that we had to learn throughout training, and like that you had to do working at Figment. So I'll go from outside and to the ride. So the first position was Doctor of Directions, which on a hot day wasn't my favorite position, but it was one of my favorite positions because, you know, you got a cool name, Doctor of Directions, and you got to pin trade, which merchandise was also one of my top roles, and I love pin trading. If you know me, like, you've seen my pins, and I have like this little pin trading bag, and I love it. There was one time I went to the parks just to pin trade. Yeah. So I was so excited when I got to pin trade, like literally the coolest thing ever. And at that position, you let guests know, you know, if you have a fast pass, stick to the right. If you don't, stick to the left. And then you also answered questions, because we would always get questions. Oh, where's Soren? Oh, it's that way. Oh, where's Nemo and Friends? It's that way. Where's Test Check? You're just gonna go right through that way. Like, a lot of people that came our way didn't want to ride a ride. They'd be like, oh, what's this? This is Figment. It's a slow moving attraction. Anyone can ride it. There's like no height restriction. A lot of people didn't even know what our attraction was. And so there's Doctor of Directions, and then you go inside of the building into the Imagination Institute, and then there's Fast Pass, which your Fast Pass and the regular queue, because you just make sure people are, you know, going in the right line. Okay, you don't have a Fast Pass, you're gonna, you know, like I said, left, and then stay in this line. We barely had a line sometimes. The most when I worked there, it was 50 minutes, which I never wait that long for that ride, but some people did. So Fast Pass, you did, you know, you had people scan their magic bands and then have them, you know, go in the Fast Pass lane. Really simple. As you went to the ride, like where the attraction is, there's the merge point, and there's someone here. That's where the Fast Pass and the regular line, you know, merge into the line before you get onto the attraction. And here you just like, the Fast Pass system, like if it's really busy, you have to let so many Fast Pass people in compared to how many people you let in the regular line. So there's like people in the regular line, they're just staring at you while you let these like bunch of Fast Pass people in, and I feel bad sometimes, but that's just how we had to do it. And so that position, that's all you were doing, just merging the Fast Pass and the regular line. And then the position, you know, right before you get onto the ride is Grouper. And Grouper is just like, it's like, oh, how many are in your party? They say 5. Okay, there's 4 cars, and they can hold about 5. If it's little kids, they can hold more. So if there's like a group of 5, the kids can sit in the front seat and the parents can sit in the back. So like say there's like 2 kids and 3 adults. All right, I can have you guys on 1 and 2, and then say there's a group of 8, you know, you guys are on 3, 4, 5, and 6, and you know, that's all you really did. Just like, you had to be quick because we had to keep the ride going because there are people on the ride. So you just like, okay, go, 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 go. It was hard at first, but you really got the hang of it. And then our ride was wheelchair accessible. So sometimes we had 2 wheelchair vehicles in the ride, but usually we only had 1. So if we did have a person in a wheelchair, we'd have to pull them aside and be like, okay, we just have to wait for your car to come. And once, I'll talk about this position in a minute, but dispatch would let Grouper know, oh, it's key car, which meant that the next car coming in was the wheelchair accessible car. So that's really all you did for Grouper. Pretty easy. Then the next position, we didn't always have it, but if we were really busy, and we also like if wheelchairs, Grouper, that is one of their things that, like, their tasks that they have to do. But if we were really busy, they don't want grouper to be, you know, putting the wheelchairs in the exit all the time, because they also need to be grouping people onto the ride. So we would have load assist, and they helped close the doors as well as put the wheelchairs by the exit. Then the position after grouper is dispatch, which dispatch was one of my favorites because you got to have fun with it. You had a mic, and if there were ever like gaps in between the, like, if for whatever reason there might have been a gap in between the cars, and we can't send a car until another car's right behind it, because you can't have a gap in between the train. So I would always tell jokes. What's one of my jokes? Why can you never give Elsa a balloon? Because she'll let it go. What type of car do Disney characters drive? A minivan. Some of my best jokes, no, I'm just kidding, they're really terrible. But I did get some laughs out of them when I would say them. But that was really fun because you did get to have fun with it. But for this position, you were like the top banana. Like, if the ride were to go down for whatever reason, like, you're in charge, you send grouper and transport through the ride, and then they meet, you know, in the middle. And then we call dispatch, tell them that we're in, you know, in the middle where we're supposed to be. What do we do next? And then, you know, our leads would tell us what we were to do next. If we were gonna get that problem resolved, if we knew what was going on, if we could fix it, we would. But if not, they would give us information about, like, okay, so we're gonna have to evacuate. And I'll talk about evacuations because at Figment we had a bunch of them. So dispatch, yeah, you were top banana, ride went down, responsible person. You made sure that, we always had, for attractions, you always have to carry around your blue ID. So when the ride would go down, we'd have this, you know, cabinet where there's a bunch of keys that you need in order, you know, to open certain doors, that you would put your blue ID, take your keys, and yeah, pretty simple. But the next position after, I have hair all over me. The next position after dispatch is transport, which you help dispatch run the ride. So when a car would come in, you know, you get everyone loaded. Transport helps, well, if Lotus isn't there, transport is the person who closes the doors. So you just say, you know, make sure you keep all hands, arms, feet, and legs inside. Watch your children, you know, have fun, watch your hats, because if you know Figment, there's a big blast at the end, and people have lost stuff. We call it, I think it's the Pop-Tart room, because people always like lose food, even though you're not supposed to have food on the ride, but people bring it anyways. Yeah, people lose literally everything there. You close the doors, tell everybody the rules, and then make sure no one crosses the yellow line. If someone does, that could be really dangerous because they could be running onto a moving track where a car is coming. So we had like the stop button where it just stopped it into the station and didn't stop the whole ride. Yeah, people, we had someone literally, I think I was on break, but someone had dropped their phone on, like, they were in the station, but they dropped the phone on the other side, and they're like, oh, I dropped my phone. And we're like, oh, sorry. And he just jumped over. And if someone's on the track, like, even if they're gonna come right back into the car, we had to like stop the whole ride. So Figment was down. After transport, you go to the lovely the lovely Spark in the Dark. Spark in the Dark was the best position, and if you can't tell, I was being sarcastic, because Spark in the Dark, there's Spark in the Dark, and then there's Spark in the Dark 2, and Spark in the Dark 2 is only if we were really busy. But Spark in the Dark, you're there to unload everybody, but like you unload everybody, send in the train to the entrance. But Spark in the Dark, so if you've ever rode Figment, you know my pain, because it's like the big blast scene, where it's like imagination, and then there's like Dr. Nigel Channing, the love of my life. I love you, Dr. Nigel Channing. He's on the moon. I miss it there, I do. But this position was the worst, because you know, you can hear that song and you can hear the blast every 5 seconds. Like every time a train goes into that scene, you hear it, and then they come in, and you can still hear this song, and it's pitch black in that room. Besides what I'm gonna tell you, yeah, it's pitch black, and then all of a sudden, imagination, a dream can be a dream come true with just one spark for me and you. And then these like twinkly purple lights go on, bunches of lights, and then it's like a big old surprise, and it's like, hello. That was my pain. Every like 10 seconds. And you were there for an hour. It was a fun time, a real fun time. And Spark in the Dark was the first one on the rotation. So if you got rotation, like if you got there at 3 and you got rotation, that's where you're going. And if Spark in the Dark was there, you would go from Spark in the Dark to Fast Pass. Was it Fast Pass? Yeah, I think it was Fast Pass. And then you go back to, ouch. Then you go back to Spark in the Dark. For Spark in the Dark 2. Once the song came on, and then the guests came in on the train, you would like, oh thanks, you guys can exit right here, and then you would check the train to see if anybody left anything or if anyone was still on the ride, because you can't send the train if anybody's on there. Sometimes they would have you task, like it's called tasking, and you would either like broom, mop, like clean up. And then there were some times where you just got to make magical moments for guests. We had this little area right by Fast Pass where it was just like a desk, and you just pretended to answer phone calls, because while you're going in the line, it says, Dr. Channing's office, please hold. Dr. Channing's office, please hold. Dr. Channing's office, please hold. Now, like, act like we were really busy. Dr. Channing, are you there? Yeah, I still remember it. But yeah, it was really fun, and sometimes you could bring guests up there and they could help you answer phones or like make appointments, and it was super fun. Yeah, I like, after getting put there, like I was really upset. I really wanted literally any other ride. So if the ride were to ever go down, you know, it's called 101. It's that way for all attractions, or if like for weather, even like the food vendors have to go 101, and you know, that just means we're closed, you know, sorry, you can't come in. At this point, if you go 101, whether that means like an alignment fault or some mechanical issue, if a door opens, accidentally, because that's happened. One of the doors was closed, but not closed enough, and the wind blew it open, and even if like you didn't see anyone come in, you still have to close the ride, check it out, make sure no one's in the attraction, because that's very dangerous. But yeah, for little things, like if someone, there's like sensors as you go into the ride. If someone like drops something and it sets one of those off, it'll tell you, and you have cameras that it'll go to that area, and if it's like just like a hat or something and it sets it off, you can look at it, and if there's no one out, you don't have to stop the ride. But if, you know, if someone were to get out of the ride because they dropped their phone or anything, it would set those mats off, and you would have to hit the E-stop. You know, the dispatch people would, once whatever reason happened, they would send their runners, which was grouper and transport. They would get their keys. Grouper would go through the entrance of the ride, and transport would go through the exit. They would check on the cars, make sure everyone's seated, you know, tell them like, please stay seated at all times. We don't know what is wrong, but we will let you guys know as soon as we know. And then you meet at the door that is in the middle of the ride, and then you wait for further instructions. And if for some reason you have to evacuate, you have a little tool that you get at the front of the ride, and then a tool that you get at the exit of the ride that each person will grab before they go in, and you have to use that to turn the cars and get everyone out and then safely out of the ride. That happened a lot at Figment, because Figment is he's special. He is really worn down, and they need to fix him, because he breaks down like 3 times a day, sometimes at least like 5 times a week. Yeah, poor guy. We were always down, and people were like, oh, when are you gonna be up? Sorry, I don't know. I'm sorry, I don't know when we're gonna be back up. Sorry, so come back later and check on us. And people would get upset because they're like, what if I have a fast pass? It's like right now. Well, you know, you can come back after when we're back open, or if we don't open, you can go to a tier 2 attraction and use your fast pass there. They'll get like a multiple experience. We'll talk about, you know, what tier 2 and tier 1 attractions are in that video that I want to do. It's like a series. I'm like really excited about it. No, but like it was so fun, and I loved working there. I met so many awesome people. But we didn't just work at Figment. Right next door is the Magic Eye Theater, where they have a 4D theater, and they have 4 short films. It's Mickey, Beast, and then Piper. Where is, you know, the 4D theater, the floor moves, and then there's like spray that comes and wind, and they have 3D glasses. So I'm gonna go through these positions real quick, because there's not really a lot that you have to do for them. But the first position, I'll go with rotation. The first position on rotation for the Magic Eye Theater was glasses. And here's another position. Like, Spark in the Dark is really bad, but glasses, everyone hates glasses. The position of glasses is you clean the 3D glasses. You know, not just at Figment. All of the glasses at Walt Disney World. From PhilharMagic, where else? The Bugs Life ones at Animal Kingdom, which are the worst glasses that you have to ever clean because they always get stuck in the machine. Where else? The ones at Epcot, like our glasses, and then the ones at Spaceship Earth. And then what else? What other? Hollywood Studios, we had to clean, you know, Toy Story Mania's glasses. Muppet Vision 3D, sorry. Their glasses. glasses. We had to clean all of the glasses at Magic Kingdom. Best position ever, let me tell you. You were there for a whole hour, and then if we were busy, here's another position that they had was glasses 2. You just held glasses, you know. There was, you know, the machine started here, and then you, all the way over here. Just, the glasses are already, like they're sending in these trays, and all you gotta do is just put them onto the machine. But it was so hot back there. So you just put them on the machine, you know, make sure they go in right, and then keep on feeding them in, and then once they come all the way over, take them off, put them back on their carts that they're supposed to be, and you know, they send them out. But yeah, you would go from glasses 1 to glasses 1 to Fast Pass, which Fast Pass is always super easy. You know, you just make sure people scan their magic bands, and then, you know, Fast Pass to your right, standby to your left. Which they really didn't even need a Fast Pass for the Magic Eye Theater. I do want to make a video about the Fast Pass system, like what Fast Passes you need and what Fast Passes you don't need, and like the tier system and all that. That's coming soon. But from Fast Pass you go to glasses 2 if it's open, but if not, you go to merge, which merge, you know, it's like merge at the ride, you know, just like come right in, guys, pick up your 3D glasses, go down and go all the way to the left. It wasn't always up, but there was theater assist where you are in the room before they go into the theater, and you just make sure everyone goes to the left. And then you had little cues from, they played some like behind the scenes type clips before, like short film that inspired Toy Story's Toon Toy. Once you hear that clip come on, that's your cue to go into the theater and then wait for everyone to exit the theater, and then the doors will open and then everyone will come in, and then you just help theater get everyone out, get everyone in, and get the show on the road. Once everyone is seated, you go up, and then you go outside of the doors. Make sure that merge has closed off, you know, has put up her ropes, and is not letting any more guests in. You go into the theater and you give them this the sign, which I can't remember right now, and it's gonna kill me, but I can't remember it. But you would give them the sign letting them know that the ropes are closed, no guests are coming into the theater, and you know, they're good to start the show. And that's all you really did. You also helped, you know, the glasses person at exit, you know, gather all the glasses, if like it's a really big show. From theater assist, you would go to theater, and theater was one of my favorites at Magic Eye. At first it wasn't, because I had to, you know, talk to an audience, which I have stage fright, but I've gotten over that, especially vlogging and working at Disney. I've gotten over that. Like, I'm still nervous, but I'm better at it. And like, when I go back to Disney, I would love to either get like Jungle Cruise or Safari. Like, I would love to be able to spiel. Like, my friend Emily got parking, and as much as like I wouldn't be upset if I got it. Like, I would have to wear I'd have to buy so much sunscreen. It would be funny because you're always like outside, but I wouldn't mind it because I love spieling. Like, I would have no voice every day, but I mean, I love it. So here you just, you know, tell them the rules, make sure you don't leave the theater. Well, make sure you don't, they can leave if they need to, but make sure you stay seated. The floor does move, you know, don't be alarmed. Enjoy the show. Give your spiel. Start the show. You have this little seat towards the back of the theater. You just watch the theater. Your eyes are on the guests. Make sure, like, if someone is trying to leave and they fall, you, like, you know, emergency stop, all that jazz. And then after theater, you go to exit, and here you are, there's like the 3 bins that everyone puts their 3D glasses in as they exit, and you just, we have trays, you empty, there's like this table that pulls out, empty the glasses onto that table, and then, you know, put all the glasses, there's like, I think 30 could go in one of the trays, put them in there, you know, do that with all the glasses. If we're really busy and Theater Assist was open, they would help you because there'd be a lot of glasses. You would bring them back to where they would be cleaned. That's what I did at Figment. I mean, it wasn't glamorous, it was hard, but I loved it there. Like, I was really upset when I first got it, but I learned to love it, and it was a really good attraction for me, and I met so many good people, and I wouldn't change me being placed there, and I'm really happy that I did. Like, it was meant to be. Like, everything happens for a reason, and I definitely am glad that I was placed there, because a lot of the people in my life wouldn't be there if I weren't placed there. Like, I met my friend Madison there, and we're still really good friends. She's working at Jungle Cruise now. I think she starts next week. I'm like so excited to get on her boat when I go in July. She's super freaking hilarious, and yeah. So thank you guys for watching. This is really long, I'm so sorry. There's just so many things that I needed to talk about. So sorry it's long, but if you got this far, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.